Hey, Memphis Mafia Kid, and we're back this week. Going to start off with a question, and we're just going to go from there. Maybe a couple questions or just whatever pops into mind. Seems like it's been working good lately. So, uh, had a question come in. Had we ever stayed at Uncle Vernon's house on Dolan? And we did a lot of times. Of course, Vernon's fiance Sandy Miller was Rory, that I talk about a lot, and Laura's mother. And so, Roy would come up and stay at our trailer, just like all boys, spend the night, and then, I would go down there and spend some nights down there, and then and see, already it's brought back a little, a little memory. I'll tell you, uh, somewhat of a cute little story, and it was, but it wasn't. But it kind of ties into this. Let me just go back so we get the whole picture of it. You know, we back then, Elvis to us was everything, as you already know. We've talked about a lot, but also, I guess some of our other idols, if you may. One of the ones was, and I'm sure a lot of you are gonna know, Mr. Evil Knievel. And with what Evil Knievel did, as far as jumping motorcycles, in my opinion, he was the greatest. But anyway, being young, your preteens into your teens during that time, it was Evil Knievel, and we would actually build ramps and figure out things to jump, trash cans, and even Mike McGregor's son at the end of them, Billy McGregor. We talked him into laying out, and we would jump ramp to ramp with our bicycles, and made a lot of them, missed a lot of them. But the reason I'm telling you this is because one time Vernon had told Mom and Daddy, that they had a trailer up there. They had brought a big trailer up there, and it was a backhoe or a dozer or something. They were having some work done, and the machine was off the trailer, and for us kids not to get around it or play on it. Wrong thing to say. Uh, we really didn't think about it until riding our bikes one day and come up with the idea, hey, why don't we get up on this thing and go from one end to the other end and see if we can jump off of it. Of course, I went first. And I'm up there and I'm pedaling along on my bicycle, and just as I get to the end to pull up to jump off, and so my back tire would make a perfect landing as Evil Knievel would do, my sprocket hung on the trailer. I went over the handlebars and seen the pavement. When I come to, I was back at our trailer. Mama putting a rag on me, and I had a huge night. I had gravel and glass in my face. Ended up, I think, going to the emergency room, but nothing major, just, maybe a light concussion. But how it leads into the Dolan house is one time, just about a week after that, Roy had spent the night up at our house, and it was kind of my turn to stay down there, and he asked Uncle Vernon, was it all right for me to come down and stay that weekend? And Uncle Vernon had told me, he said, sure. He said, you can, you're welcome to come down and spend the night. Just don't try to jump over my commode. And he fell out laughing. So whatever he meant about that, I guess, teasing me about my jumping and stuff. So, but yeah, a lot of memories down there. I know when we would stay down there, me and Rory at night would, his bedroom window looked out the front of Dolan on the street, and there was always fans and people out there, and we would talk to them, open the window and sit and talk to them and stuff. I know, and different things. I know one time the Hot Rod Association was in town, and there was a line of the most coolest cars you've ever seen in your life, street rides. And we talked to a lot of the old hot rods and just things like that. I mean, it was never really a dull moment, but we enjoyed the heck out of, as we did at our trailer. And then the times when you know, Mom and Daddy and Elvis and the rest of the guys were gone, and we stayed at Graceland. Sometimes we stayed with, you know, some of the housekeepers, Nancy and you know, Mary would be out there in the mornings, and Pauline at night, and Lottie, and they would kind of watch over us, you know, make sure we stayed in Graceland. But a lot of times, Charlie, bless his heart, loved Charlie Hodge. He would keep us, and during that time, Charlie was staying in the apartment that Vernon was last living in when he passed away up at Graceland. But during that time, that was Charlie's kind of apartment, and he would take us back here to his room and sit around. And Charlie would do, and we would just, I mean, because it was, I mean, he could do them perfect. But Charlie would do impressions, and he would do Jim Neighbors, Gomer Pyle. He would do Festus off of Gunsmoke, and I mean, he sounded just like him. And then, of course, anybody that's ever known Charlie always had jokes to tell us, and of course, you know, a lot of them were, well, I'm not going to say it. Most of them were for adults, but hey, us being teenagers, we liked the dirty jokes, so he would do that and tell us all kind of stuff, and like I said, when, you know, it just goes on, and you know, me and Teresa last night was watching Elvis on tour. Don't know why. I just told her, I said, you know, let's watch a little bit of Elvis on tour. And we were watching it, watched the whole thing, and of course, you know, at the end, the song Memories come on, and it just popped. And I got to thinking about a whole lot of my friends, or family as I'll call y'all. That's where we met. We met at Graceland or at the gates. And it brought back the times we would hang out and things that we would do. I mean, with Debbie Brown, Eddie Poole, Linda Hill, Travis, Phyllis. I mean, I can name so many, and if I left some of you out, hey, I apologize. My mind's just
old.
Yeah. Okay, Teresa, we're not gonna start that shit.
Well, you drew a blank. I was just trying to fill it in quickly.
You know what?
What?
I'm sorry about messing this story up, but hold on just a minute. I want a little less of this.
You gonna straighten me out?
And a whole lot more of this. But anyway, we would actually, you know, did a lot of stuff. But one of the funnest things we would do is, because they hung out and stayed at the gates, and if Elvis moved, they moved with him. I mean, they had him down pat. And but during the other times, if Elvis wasn't out and about moving, we would get in cars and play chase, if you will, all over Whitehaven and different parts of Memphis, down around Brooksville, and hide from each other and turn our lights off and just you know, and just crazy things. I don't know exactly, but we had so much fun. And of course, we would, you know, they would all take us out to eat, and that's why my heart and my love for all y'all is because of the wonderful memories. And another little memory, I'm going to show you a little button at the end of this video. And Al Strada was getting into a little photography. I want to say this was somewhere between 74 and 76. And he was getting into photography. Well, somehow or another, he set up a photo shoot with, and I'm sure a lot of you know, with Jerry the King Lawler, who was a big wrestler in Memphis, and we would go and watch him. He also went on TV with the bigger wrestling. But anyway, we got a photo shoot, me and Joey, with Jerry the King Lawler. And I'm going to show you this. Like I said, I was 12, 13 years old. And we just thought that was one of the biggest things ever too. So I'd like to share that with you. Also, I'd like to say, hey, know a lot of you's been asking about our merchandise, and also those of you that don't know, we have a group.
Yeah, Memphis Mafia Kid Facebook group. It's free to join, and that's where we post merchandise, and we take PayPal now, and you can just message me.
Right. So, hey, going on the group, we'd love to have you join if you want to join, but you can see that. And we appreciate each and every one of you. Before I get out of here, I want to say that tomorrow, Monday, the 29th of November, is my mom and daddy's 60th anniversary. And I want to wish them a happy anniversary.
Very happy.
Me and Teresa. and you know, I'm going to probably get into a whole lot more stories later, but and I know everybody's not saying my parents are any better than anybody else's, but I can tell you the love bond that they had and the struggles from the beginning to ending. Oh, hey, don't get me wrong, it was fun. They wouldn't take anything back, I'm sure, but it wasn't all easy, and for them to still be together, and I see them today, just melts me.
They have such a good relationship, such a close, yeah.
And I mean, I just, like I said, Mom and Daddy, we love you, and hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
And that, let me, of course, now I'm losing my train of thought. I want to say, there's been questions. I don't really, I mean, I watch, but I don't pay attention to what a whole lot of other YouTubers are doing, and you know, they have their YouTubes and they have their businesses and all, but I have been messaged a bunch, and let me just say, as far as the Memphis Mafia Kid YouTube channel, I mean, it's going to stay just like it is. So, I mean, you know,
it's not going to be subscription.
Yeah, no, I mean, there'll be no any kind of fees or anything like that. I mean, like I told y'all, you know, hey, subscribe. Hey, and with that, until we see each other the next video, I just want to say, we always live Elvis.